Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build decks led by the legendary creatures from the Final Fantasy set. Leading today's deck is one of the oldest and most powerful creatures on Etheirys, Hraesvelgr of the First Brood. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Hraesvelgr of the First Brood is a 5-mana 5/5 legendary Elder Dragon with Flying, Vigilance, and Ward 2. When Hraesvelgr enters, and whenever we cast a non-creature spell, target creature gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked this turn. Okay, so this seems gross to me. My first thought was to build a mono-blue dragons deck, but then I decided I'd go for something a bit naughty. We are mono-blue after all, and everyone hates our color. So why not go for something gross? Don't worry, dear viewer, we're not running a single turn spell in the whole deck. I'm not that mean. Okay, I am that mean, but not this time. Hraesvelgr is honorable after all. Well, for a dragon. In Final Fantasy XIV, after the events at the end of A Realm Reborn, we are forced to seek sanctuary in the Holy Land of Ishgard, a kingdom that has been locked in a bloody and terrible war with the dragons for 1,000 years. Midgarsomer, the father of all dragons and the first one to come to Etheirys, died in the Battle of Cartno. But 4 of his children yet live: Tiamat, Nidhogg, Vritra, and Hraesvelgr. Well, Azdaja also lives, but she's imprisoned in the Void, so she doesn't count. And Tiamat is also imprisoned, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Nidhogg is a creature consumed with rage, and he wants to wipe out the kingdom of Ishgard along with every human living in it. And, as we find out, his rage is justified. Sort of. The problem is, the people who hurt and betrayed Nidhogg died out millennia ago. But the memories of immortals do not fade, and neither does their rage. Which is why Nidhogg and his brood still attack Ishgard to this day. But there is one ancient dragon who hasn't joined in the assault. Before the war began, Hraesvelgr fell in love with a human named Shiva. Yes, that Shiva. Being mortal, she eventually passed, and Hraesvelgr fell into deep mourning. He hasn't joined the war on either side and just sits atop his mountain, remembering his beloved. Eventually, our heroes are able to snap him out of his mourning, along with the help of a woman who may or may not be his long-lost love reborn. But we do know she's Shiva, and she helps to bring the war to a close. For the first time in 1,000 years, there is peace in Ishgard. But there won't be peace in our commander pods, especially since this is a bracket 3 deck. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. In addition to deck boxes and sleeves, Ultimate Guard also makes this beautiful mat pod. My issue with pods has always been the shape. I keep expecting them to roll off the table. But this one, with its ingenious shape, doesn't roll, at least very far. If you're tired of your mats getting damaged while they're stuffed into your backpack, consider picking up a mat pod from your local game store, or click on the link down below to visit Ultimate Guard's Amazon store. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. For lands, we're running Scavenger Grounds, Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, War Room, Reliquary Tower, Myriad Landscape, Temple of the False God, Otawara Soaring City, Mystic Sanctuary, and 25 islands. Not too expensive, but not exactly budget either. Our mana ramp package consists of Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Sky Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Thought Vessel, Wayfarer's Bauble, Sapphire Medallion, Dramatic Reversal, Isochron Scepter, Foundry Inspector, Ethereum Sculptor, Cloud Key, Joyra's Familiar, Mox Amber, Sword of the Animist, Sword of Hearth and Home, and Sword of Feast and Famine. We're not exactly a Voltron deck, but we are attacking with our commanders, so a few pieces of equipment is always fun. For card advantage, we've got Senseis Divining Top, Jace the Mind Sculptor, One with the Multiverse, Fabricate, Trinket Mage, Teferi's Ageless Insight, Rhystic Study, Archmage Emeritus, Archmage of Runes, Opt, Brainstorm, Ponder, Preordain, Consider, Gitaxian Probe, Serum Visions, Pull from Tomorrow, Thought Scour, and Chart a Course. Plenty of ways to dig through our deck and trigger our commander. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of Narset's Reversal, Counterspell, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Negate, Arcane Denial, Swan Song, Mana Drain, Pongify, Rapid Hybridization, Reality Shift, Snap, Resculpt, 3 Steps Ahead, Run Away Together, and Wash Away. Lots of counterspells, I know, but we're in blue. What did you expect? For board wipes, we've got Cyclonic Rift, Aetherize, Consuming Tide, and Washout. Not too shabby. The core of our deck consists of Crystal Skull, Isu Spyglass, Fortune Teller's Talent, Future Sight, Magus of the Future, Mind's Dilation, the Lunar Whale, the Reality Chip, and Mystic Forge. Supporting our plan, we've got Shadow Spear and Swiftfoot Boots. Not too shabby. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 33 lands and 18 pieces of ramp. Normally I wouldn't run a ratio like this, but a lot of our ramp is there for one specific game-ending combo, so it's fine. 19 pieces of card advantage, which is another reason I'm fine with our land count being so low. 15 pieces of interaction, 4 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Myriad Landscape, 1 sudden I win card in Senseis Divining Top. As I'm sure many of you caught, we have several ways to go infinite with Senseis Divining Top. But for those who missed it, allow me to explain. Senseis Divining Top is a 1-mana artifact that allows us to arrange the top 3 cards of our library at the cost of 1 mana. We may also tap Senseis Divining Top and draw a card, but we then put it on top of our library. Now, in order for this combo to work, we need a way to cast a spell from the top of our library, and we need a way to make it free. We have several of each of these, as well as tutors to find top. But how does drawing a bunch of cards win us the game? It doesn't, dear viewer, but casting top over and over again does. It triggers our commander. So, assuming our commander is a 5/5 with no equipment, we cast Senseis Divining Top from the top of our library 16 times. Hraesvelgr is now a 21/5 flying vigilant Ward 2 dragon that can't be blocked. Behold our fury and fire. Are you building a Hraesvelgr commander deck? What theme are you going with? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons. Waffles, Drya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Elix, Borgie, Naswin, Conga, Robert Pye, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard Sint, Boomy, Osira, Justin, Golden Walker, Ernesto, Midge, and Captain Hammer. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.